There's nothing scarier than horny teenagers. Spoilers may follow. Today I'm talking about Jennifer's Body. It's mainly starring Megan Fox and Amanda Seyfried. I think I said that right. Surprisingly, it has Chris Pratt in it for a few scenes. Hey, look, it's Chris Pratt. Like, okay, that didn't expect that. And J.K. Simmons was in it too, which came as a welcome surprise. His character was the teacher, and he had a claw hand, which was kind of cool. And he found some few dead bodies, and he had some motivational speak. Other than that, I had no idea he was in it. So the premise of the film is this small band goes to this small city, and they're looking for a virgin to sacrifice to the devil so they can become the next Maroon 5. They even make a joke about that, which was pretty funny. So they go and kidnap Jennifer, who is Megan Fox, and they sacrifice her, blood sacrifice and everything, thinking she's a virgin, but she's not. Instead, a succubus, which is a type of mythical creature, which if you want to know what it is, Google it, takes control of her body, and to live and keep walking around with power, she has to go and kill people and mostly eat them. Basic plot, the thing I enjoyed about it was a kickback to old horror films. Like, this movie wasn't that great, but it wasn't bad. It was fun, like, I'll give it that. It was really going for like the 70s, 80s horror film, like really bad plot, which the plot was pretty bad, but it was fun, and I enjoyed it just because it was like, oh great, it's a rock band trying to get famed and stuff, and they try to get a deal with the devil, but it goes wrong. Like, that's stupid and fun. Like, it totally fits a horror thing. And what works best is the movie never took itself serious. There's comedy in it. Anything that was done, even violence, was kind of done comedically. Like, it knew it wasn't going for serious. It was going for fun and campy, corny feeling, which worked best for it. If it went for a serious feel, it would have not worked. There's a part in the beginning that kind of sets it all up where there's a fire in a bar, and the main character, Needy, which is a weird name, but that's beside the point, she sits there and watches the fire like, yep, that's a fire happening, and doesn't try to get anyone out until everyone else sees it, and then everyone's like, oh, there's a fire. She's just like, yep, a fire's happening. And it's like, what are you doing? And then that's where they meet the small band who kidnaps Jennifer and gets her possessed. And the dude's funny because he's just very sketchy and weird. Like, he's the type of guy you would think would summon a demon. Like, I know, stereotypical or whatever, but legit, he rescues them from the burning fire, and he's like, hey, you want to go in my van? It's safe. And Needy's like, no, we don't want to go in your van. And Jennifer's like, what? And the dude's like, let's go to my van. It's safe. Like, my van. And he's like, that's just weird. And the whole time I'm like, man, that's kind of pushy about his van and totally sketchy, but it's done in a humorous way where it's like, wow, that's really stupid. And then Jennifer goes with him and it's like, the hell are you doing? And then later, when they actually tell the story of how they did the ritual, it was fun and stupid. Like, the whole movie is just corny. I feel like it's not meant to take serious, and if that's your thing, that's awesome, because they even have an Evil Dead shirt talking about how much they love Evil Dead, so I think it was like, hey, yeah, no, this film's supposed to be fun and all that. And then one of the other really good scenes is Jennifer kills another character who's a goth, and then the people that roam with him, the other goths, go to his funeral, and they're like, oh, he welcomed death and blah, 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 and his mom's like, the hell he didn't? Like, what are you talking about? You don't know anything about my son. And while I'm watching that, I'm like, dude, that's kind of a funny funeral scene. Just, it felt out of place, but not out of place in this movie. Now, my favorite part is toward the end, when Jennifer gets Needy's boyfriend and starts eating him in the pool, and then they have a confrontation. It's just a bunch of like tight shots of Needy and Jennifer going back and forth with like insults and just dogging on each other, one-liners and stuff, and it's a funny moment, and that really made the film for me, because the whole time I'm like, okay, I see this as comedy, like, not taking itself too seriously. Then when that popped up, I'm like, man, this film is just having fun. Like, it looks like a blast, and it's just more cult and kind of like an underground film, I think. Like, it feels like it should have came out 70s or 80s, and just that part in the pool was just funny as hell to me. I liked it. I didn't love it. I didn't dislike it. I didn't hate it. It was more of a like. And I originally only bought it because the steelbook, which I'll show. The steelbook looked amazing, and I was like, oh man, I don't even collect steelbooks, but that cover is really cool. So I picked it up just for a watch, because when it came out 10 years ago, I didn't want to watch it because Megan Fox, because I was never a big fan of her, and Transformers, granted, that's a bad film by itself. So I never wanted to watch it because I didn't care for Megan Fox. But now after watching it, I'm like, that role kind of fit her, and like, It was actually pretty good. Liked it. I wouldn't watch it every other year, but I would watch it with a friend if they wanted to. And it's just a movie that doesn't take itself seriously, and I think that's where it shines, is it's like, hey, whatever, we're just making a fun movie. So if you like this, you want to see more, just like, subscribe, tell me how I'm doing. If you want to recommend any movies, let me know. But as always, have a good one.